Alright, let's be honest, finding the perfect gift can be tough. But you know what's always a winner? Houseplant. They look great, they clean the air, and best of all, some of them are so easy to care for, you practically have to try to kill. Whether you're shopping for a plant lover or someone who can barely keep a fake plant alive, I've got you covered. These 15 houseplants make the perfect gift hand. They're basically foolproof. So, grab a coffee, sit back, and let's find the perfect green gift that won't stress anyone out. Alright, first up we've got the king of statement plants, the Monstera Deliciosa. Look at this thing. Big, bold, and those split leaves? Yeah, that's why people call it the Swiss cheese plant. Fancy name, but honestly, it's super chill to take care of. This plant basically thrives on a set-it-and-forget-it routine. Water it every week or so, give it some bright, indirect light, and boom, it'll grow like crazy. Oh, and if you see those roots popping out of the pot, that's just its way of saying, "Hey, I want to climb." Throw in a moss pole, and it'll be happy as can be. Alright, next up, if you want to give a plant that screams, "I put effort into this gift without actually requiring effort," the Moth Orchid is it. Look at this thing. It's like a living bouquet that doesn't wilt in a week. Now, I know what you're thinking. Aren't orchids super hard to keep alive? Nope. Just give it some bright, indirect light. Water it sparingly once a week max, and let it do its thing. Oh, and if you see the flowers drop, don't freak out. It's just taking a break before it blooms again. Alright, this one's for the person who forgets to water their plants for weeks. The snake plant is basically indestructible. Seriously, you could go on vacation for a month, come back, and it'd be like, "Oh hey, you're back? You barely have to do anything for this guy." Low light? Fine. No water for a while? No problem. It even cleans the air while sitting there looking all cool. Honest, if you know someone who's killed a plant before this, is the redemption arc. Alright, if you want to give a plant that wows people the second they see it, the Polka Dot Begonia is the way to go. I mean, look at these leaves, green on top, red underneath, and covered in these little white spots. It's like nature just went full-on designer mode. Now, this one's a little extra, but in a good way. It loves bright, indirect light and a little humidity, so if the air's dry, just mist it every few days. Keep the soil lightly moist, and boom, you've got a plant that looks fancy but isn't high maintenance. Alright, this one's just cool. The string of pearls is perfect for anyone who loves unique plants or just wants their shelf to look like it belongs in a Pinterest post. It's literally a succulent, but instead of boring leaves, you get these little green pearls that spill over the edge. Now, this is not the plant for overwaterers. It likes things bone dry between drinks, think once every couple of weeks. Bright, indirect light, minimal fuss, and you'll have these vines growing like crazy. Easy gift? Check. Alright, if you want to give a plant that literally says, "I love you" without needing a card, the sweetheart plant is the one. Look at this, a perfect little heart that just sits there, looking adorable. Now, this guy is low effort. It's a slow grower, but that just means less work. Give it bright, indirect light, water it when the soil's dry, and that's it. Perfect for someone who wants a plant but doesn't want to babysit it. Alright, if you want to give a plant that pops, Croton is where it's at. I mean, just look at these colors. This thing basically brings fall vibes all year round. Now, Crotons love bright light. The more light they get, the crazier these colors get. So, if you stick it in a dark corner, yeah, it's gonna get sad and drop leaves like it's going through a breakup. Water it when the top of the soil feels dry, and you're good to go. It does like a little humidity, so if your house feels like the desert, maybe mist it once in a while or set it near a humidifier. And here's the cool part: if you take care of it, this thing just keeps growing and getting even more colorful. So if you're looking for a gift that's bold, bright, and super fun, Croton's got you covered. Alright, if there's a starter plant that literally anyone can keep alive, it's the golden pothos. This thing is basically the set it and forget it of houseplants. And get this, if you do forget to water it, it'll start to droop a little. But the second you give it a drink, boom, it perks right back up like nothing happened. You can also propagate this thing super easily. Just snip off a vine, pop it in water, and in a few weeks new roots. Instant plant gift for a friend, or, just another excuse to keep more plants. So yeah, golden pothos thrives on neglect, looks awesome anywhere, and literally grows for free if you want more. Easy gift? Absolutely. Now, this is a statement plant. Caladiums don't just sit there looking green. They're like living artwork with all these crazy colors. If you want to give a gift that says, "Yeah, I know my plants," this is the one. Here's the deal. Though caladiums like bright, indirect light, but hate direct sun. Too much sun and these gorgeous leaves will crisp up like a bad sunburn. Nobody wants that. They also like their soil moist, but not soaked. Think of it like a sponge damp, but not dripping. Oh, and if your house is dry, a little humidity goes a long way to keep these guys happy. Now, don't freak out if they die back in winter, it's totally normal. Caladiums go dormant, but just store the bulbs and they'll pop back up next season. It's like a little plant magic trick. Alright, let's talk about a plant that's not just good looking, but actually useful. Basil. Seriously, this is the perfect gift for anyone who loves to cook, or just wants their kitchen to smell amazing. Basil's pretty easygoing, but it does like regular watering. If the soil gets too dry, it'll get all dramatic and droopy, but don't worry. A little water and it bounces right back. And here's the best. Particularly snipping your basil actually makes it grow more. So, no guilt when you steal a few leaves for dinner. It's like nature's way of saying, "Take more, I got you." So, whether you gift it to a foodie, a gardener, or just someone who wants their home smelling fresh basil, is a total win. Plus, if they keep it happy, they'll never have to buy store-bought basil again. Now that's a solid gift. Alright, this one's for people who want that tropical vibe without the high maintenance. The Sago Palm looks like a mini palm tree, but it's actually a cycad, one of the oldest plant species on Earth. Pretty cool, right? This little guy loves bright, indirect light, but it's not picky. Just don't shove it in a dark corner and expect it to thrive. It needs that sunshine to keep looking this good. Now, when it comes to water, less is more. Sago palms hate wet feet. Water it. Then let the soil dry out before giving it another drink basically. Treat it like a low-maintenance friend who doesn't need constant check-ins. So, if you're looking for a houseplant that's stylish, tough, and basically takes care of itself, Sago Palm's a solid choice. Just, maybe don't let your pets snack on it. It's not pet-friendly. Nothing says holiday season like a poinsettia. You've seen these everywhere during Christmas. But guess what? They're actually tropical plants from Mexico. And, yeah, they can last way beyond the holidays if you treat them right. These guys love bright, indirect light, so right by a window, perfect. Just keep them away from drafts, like that cold winter air from your front door or a blasting heater. They like it cozy, not freezing. Watering? Keep it simple. If the top of the soil feels dry, give it a drink. But if it's still damp, hold off. Too much water and you'll have a sad, soggy plant instead of a festive one. So, if you want a gift that screams holiday spirit but also has a chance at a long life, poinsettia's the way to go. And no, they aren't deadly to pets like people think, just mildly irritating if they snack on it. But hey, maybe don't let your cat use it as a salad. Alright, check this out. Silverleaf Philodendron. This thing almost looks fake with how glossy and metallic its leaves are. But nope, it's the real deal. And it makes an awesome gift because it's basically impossible to kill. This one's a climber, a trailer, depending on how you set it up. You can let it spill over a shelf or stick it in a hanging planter like this. Just give it bright, indirect light and it'll keep looking fancy with zero effort. Watering? Super easy once the top inch of soil is dry. Give it a drink. But don't drown it. This plant hates sitting in water. Think of it like a low-maintenance room. It's happy as long as you don't overdo things. So, if you want a gift that's elegant, easy, and kind of looks like it belongs in a fancy hotel, Silverleaf philodendron's a solid choice. Plus, it grows fast, so it's like a gift that keeps on giving. Alright, check this one out, Kalanchoe. Not only does it have these bright, happy flowers, but it's also insanely easy to care for. If you've got a friend who forgets to water their plants, this is the gift for them. These guys love sunlight. Give them a nice, bright spot like this, and they'll bloom for weeks. And if you play your cards right, you can even get them to bloom again next season. Just gotta give them a little rest after the flowers fade. Now, real talk, this is a succulent. That means less is more when it comes to water. Let the soil dry out between waterings, or you'll end up with a sad, mushy plant. And no one wants that. So, if you're looking for a gift that's colorful, tough, and pretty much thrives on neglect, Kalanchoe's the way to go. Plus, it comes in a ton of colors, so you can match it to your friend's vibe. Easy win. Alright, last but definitely not least, the peace lily. This plant is a classic gift because it looks elegant, it's easy to care for, and it even helps clean the air. Pretty cool, right? Now, here's the best part. Peace lilies do not need a ton of light. You can stick them in a bright room, sure, but they'll also do just fine in lower light. Perfect for someone who doesn't have a ton of sunny windows. Watering? Super easy. When it starts drooping like this, that's its way of saying, hey, I'm thirsty. Give it a drink, and boom, it bounces right back. Just don't overdo it, or the roots get mad. So, if you want a gift that's beautiful, easy, and practically tells you when it needs water, peace lily's a solid choice. Plus, it just gives off that calm, peaceful vibe, hence the name. And there you have it, 15 of the best houseplants to give as gifts. Whether you're shopping for a total beginner or a plant lover, you can't go wrong with any of these. Low maintenance, beautiful, and they last way longer than a bouquet. Got a favorite from the list? Drop a comment below. And hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss more plant tips. See you in the next one.